Hi, my name is Pang Yi, metric number 294610. I am going to introduce what is urf. Urf is mainly derived from the Sunnah and Al-Quran according to the concern of the Muslim scholars. It is not direct mention in the source but about the way to approach these issues. There are many questions that arise about the authority of secondary source in deriving Islamic law among the scholars. So, urf is one of the secondary sources which are still in conflict. Cause of recognized urf as a proof is the instability. Urf can be modified according to times and circumstances. This results that the ruling of Islamic law cannot remain unchanged and not consistent. We can consider that urf is the production of the human personality and their custom. It grows in strength and popularity by means of imitation that transfer and implants it in the lives of.
Hi everyone, I am Teo Yuan. Now, I would like to explain what are the applications of uruf. The applications of uruf in Islamic law is refers to the different practice and the custom of every country should be followed. The customary image of the certain word among a certain group of people, such as the word doctor. The word doctor normally used in the medical practitioners, whereas this also refers to the individual who holds the Doctor of Philosophy degree in the university. Besides that, the meaning of the words in the oath is based on the different circumstances. In the divorce case, the mother is allowed to visit her child in accordance with the customary practice, even though the father prevails in taking custody of the child. Besides that, the customs include transactions such as an offerings and accepting. After that, we will be looking at what are the conditions of valid uruf. Firstly, uruf will be reasonable and acceptable to the public by considering of wide regions on such behaviors. Uruf is common and frequent recurrence. This means the people should always practice the uruf in their daily life. Furthermore, the custom must exist at the time of transaction. Last but not least, uruf which does not contradict the text of the Quran and Sunnah. Now, I will go on to talk about the rule of uruf. Many Muslim jurists agree that the uruf is one of the secondary sources of Islamic law. It can resolve the problem and issue in Islamic law. For instance, uruf in the practice of Madinah people in their community is a basis of Islamic law. In addition, they utilize the rule of uruf to resolve many issues in the past and present literature of fiqh. It also is a source of law in the same position as Madinah.
Good day to the alias. My name is Giovanni from Ivan with metric number 294445 and I will continue the presentation. Uruf refer to an other or custom used to receive an unconstrained topic or design a general subject. For instance, if the contract does not clarify who is responsible for delivering the goods of purchase or the retailer, the uruf can be used to describe the matter since it is not stated in the contracts. However, this custom will be invalid and cultivated from childhood and it has been practiced for decades. Every family, group, and religion have their custom, and everything has changed with the introduction of uruf in Islam jurisprudence. In Islam, Al-Quran and Hadith are the fundamental legal sources, and it accepts some tradition and rejects others. Uruf is a significant aspect of Islamic jurisprudence, and Muslim jurists have traditionally prioritized strict execution of their norms over conventions. Uruf focuses on the tradition that developed from established norm and practice. For instance, diya, also known as the blood money, is used to replace eyes-to-eyes retaliations. Uruf is a secondary source for Islamic jurisprudence. It can be used to narrowly define something that is implicitly known from the canonical text. There are three types of uruf. The first type of uruf refers to verbal customs and practical customs. The verbal uruf refers to a common understanding of how words are used and what they are implying in the context, other than their dictionary definitions. Uruf also can be determined as the norms or customs people use in daily life and dealing with others. The second type of uruf refers to a general and particular customs. Usually, the general uruf will be accepted in a specific solution and followed by everyone. Still, in some regions, such as Uruf Akas, the particular uruf is acceptable, allowing payment to be laid in wholesale commons. The third type of uruf is valid custom and invalid custom. To distinguish the differences between valid and invalid uruf, as long as it is not against Sharia, there are three types of uruf. The first type of uruf refers to verbal.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Farah Adia binti Abdul Aziz and my metric number is 294973. Today I'm going to present about evidences, first and foremost, for performing tayammum during winter. In countries that have 4 seasons such as Canada and the United States during winter, it's hard to perform wudu as the water is too cold. Thus, if a Muslim wants to pray, they are permitted to do tayammum, which consists of using clean soil or dust to wipe your face and hands with the intention of preparing oneself to pray in special circumstances. In Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 6, and if you are ill or on a a journey, or one of you comes from relieving himself, or you have touched woman and you do not find water, then perform tayammum with clean earth. Certainly, Allah is ever pardoning and forgiving. Secondly, performing jama' and qasar prayers while traveling. As we all know, based on the Quran and Hadith, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala permitted someone to shorten and combine the prayers to ease the traveler, as performing prayer is a must for all Muslims. There are three conditions for jama' and qasar prayer, which are the distance for the travel must be at least 81 kilometers, a journey where the destination is certain and the travel is not for sinful purposes. In Surah An-Nisa, verse 101, and when you travel throughout the land, there is no blame upon you for shortening the prayer. In the hadith, Sahih Muslim reported, Ibn Abbas Anhuma said, the messenger of Allah ﷺ combines the prayers as he said on a journey in the expedition to Tabuk. He combined the noon prayer with the afternoon prayer and the sunset prayer with the Isha prayer. Sa'id, one of the Rawis, said to Ibn Abbas, what prompted him to do that? He said he wanted that his ummah should not be put to unnecessary hardship. Next, I want to present by the related maxims. According to the Shafi'i school of thought, there are 5 universal Islamic legal maxims known as al-qawaid al-fiqhiyah. One of them is harm ought to be removed. This means that a human must not induce harm to another person or himself, and if he was inflicting harm, he shouldn't hurt himself another person that caused it. However, it is within his right to gain justice for the harm that was caused. Secondly, the custom is the judge. There are 2 aspects of this, which are fi'li and qawli. Thirdly, hardship begins is. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 185, our intent is for you, not hardship. Fourthly, certainty cannot be cancelled by doubt. In Surah Yunus, verse 36, most of them follow nothing but conjecture. But conjecture can be of no value at all against the truth. God is well aware of what they do. And lastly, purify your intention if you wish to get a reward. In Surah Al-Kahfi, verse 110, so whoever hopes for the meeting with his Lord, let him perform righteously and make no one a partner unto his Lord in.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Khadijah binti Ishaq. I will share the current issues that is related to uruf. Before we go to the explanation, let me give some brief information about uruf. The general uruf can be divided into 2, which are words and actions that Muslims consistently use. The current issues that we can see in this topic is the expression or pronunciation of divorce. Al-talaq is one of the divorce processes for Muslims. It is divided into 2 types of divorce. First, talaq soreh, that means clear, and the second one is talaq kinayah, in ambiguous meaning. There's a lot of method or ways of delivering the pronunciation of divorce. In modern times, the use of the telephone is a thing that has become a habit for people, so I can state that not only Malaysia apply or express talaq through technology like social media, for example WhatsApp. Maybe the method in the past was different from today, and uruf become one of the sources for Islamic law to determine whether the expression of talaq can mean divorce or not by referring to the Quran, Sunnah, and Ijma. However, the divorce for Muslims through message or other platform by using technology can be accepted by Islamic law.
With the characteristics of uruf can alter in accordance with shifts in the environment, including place, time, custom, and human conduct, so it appears in every corner of our life. A very obvious example is the development of online shopping. However, while facing with this new developed buying and selling method, due to its rapid development, we do not have the time to think about the question that whether online shopping is a valid uruf. Thus, the following were the analysis for the above issue. One of the requirements for a custom to be classified as an uruf is don't go against or in opposition to Islamic beliefs, as written in Surah Al-Jumu'ah verse 10 in Quran, which reads, and when the prayer has been concluded, disperse within the land and seek for the bounty of Allah, and remember Allah often that you may succeed. This verse explains that Allah permits His servants to engage in any earthly occupation so long as it does not contravene Islamic teaching. Therefore, in theory, online shopping is acceptable if it does not contravene or clash with Islamic teaching.
As a conclusion, we can define that urf as something that remains in the soul, determined and accepted by the intellect, also simple to find out. We do not determine what Allah allows or forbids based on what people do or don't do. Rather, we use common understanding and practice to fill in gaps when primary texts are linguistically vague or concepts in our religious practice are not definable from other sources. Urf brings benefit to communities. It has direct connection with the critical issue and social change, so urf is significant and suitable to use in the current condition in Malaysia mentioned above. That's all from our group. Thank you.